Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry for a long hiatus. Been kind of busy with work and life, and honestly, I've been trying to maybe look at making better quality videos. So saying that, recently I've gotten into playing Magic. I've only played once, honestly, Magic the Gathering. I believe it's the name of the game. More of a Pokemon guy. I used to play the TCG back in the day, and really enjoyed it. And recently, a friend of mine, invited me to his place to play Magic, and he introduced me to the Commander format, and it was really fun, man. He had some cool theme decks. He had the Lord of the Rings one, so he had like one that was like Sauron deck with like orgs, and another one was humans and the human characters, and then the deck I used was a Galadriel deck, so it was like elves and dwarves. And I really liked it. I really liked the style it played. It was really good. It was like one of those +1 counter decks, and I had a lot of fun. And so, my buddy Jarrett, he ended up picking up his own deck. So of course I had to follow suit. Like Jarrett jumps off a bridge. Of course I'm gonna jump off a bridge. But I knew that they had these Ninja Turtle cards. So I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan. So of course this kind of spoke to me, and so I decided to pick up the deck. So this is the Commander deck. It uses all the different. I'm going to use Pokemon terminology because I'm a Pokemon TCG player. It uses all the different energy types. So normally you play deck, you might have one type or two types. This one uses all of them. So which is kind of cool, and it has some other cool features. So this is the Commander deck pre-assembled. I believe it's about 100 cards. It has all the main cards. So it has like Heroes in the Half Shell. It has all like the main turtles. I think April and Splinter. And yeah, you see that back there. And I also picked up one of the bundles. Actually, picked up two of the bundles. So I got picked up the pizza bundle. Haven't got it in yet. This is just the normal bundle. The main difference is that the pizza bundle has like a collector's pack. So there's like normal booster packs, and then there's like collector booster packs, which is like 4 or 5 times the price. Of course, I picked up two of those. One that comes in the pizza bundle, and another one I ordered separately. I ordered from Target. They haven't come in yet, so I'll have a video on those shortly. But yeah, let's take a look. I'll probably maybe break it into 3 videos. So probably like the intro video, the Commander deck video, and we'll do the bundle video. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the. Oh, and also I have this cool case. Really dope case. All right, and actually, you know what? Sweet turtle sleeve deck, turtle shell sleeves. All right, let's take a look. This is our Turtle Power Commander deck. Select your turtle, unleash the mutagenic mayhem, and battle your friends in the Commander Magic most popular multiplayer format. Throw down Leonardo and a partnered Pell, Donnie, Raph, Mikey, or Splinter to customize your playstyle at the table. Each teammate will help in different ways to achieve your goal. Build a +1 counter and grow your creatures into the world's most fearsome fighting team. Yeah. All right. So open it right here. Okay. We have a pamphlet. Oh, a little box here. Cool. It's a digital deck box. It's like a basic cardboard deck box. But yeah, so I might put two decks together because I think with the bundle and with the pizza bundle, I'm probably gonna have enough cards for a second deck. So you got your counters there. Deck there. Okay. Well, first card we got is Leonardo the Balanced. So, whenever a token you control enters, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn. And then you can pay one of each type, create your own, or sorry, creatures you own control gained menace, trample, and life link until end of turn. Partner with select character. That allows you to have up to 2 commanders in a match or in a game. There you go. Sure. A little big, but that's fine. Cool. All right, next one we have is Donnie. Donatello the Brains. So, legendary creature, mutant ninja turtle. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a Unigine token are created instead. Partner character select. Next card. We have Splinter the Mentor. Menace. Whenever Splinter or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token. Nice. I got Raphael the Muscle. Double all damage that creatures you control with counters on them would deal. And he's a, I think, fire type. Splinter was a dark type. Donnie's a water type, and then Leo was colorless. Brings us to Michelangelo. So, Michelangelo the Heart. Trample. Raid the fridge. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you attacked this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creatures and create a food token. Sick. And he's a force type, and he only has 1 cost. So you can get him out really quick. And I believe this is supposed to be the commander card. This is Heroes in a Half Shell. So basically all 4 turtles. Requires all energy types. He has Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Haste, and whenever one or more mutants, ninjas, and or turtles you control deal combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures and draw a card. Sick. So we got Continue. So choose up to 4 target creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. Return them to the battlefield. Sick. Just like the arcade return. We have Endless Foot Assault. So squad, tap 1, I think, colorless, yeah. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may pay 1 colorless any number of times. When this enhancement enters, create that many tokens that are copies of it. Whenever you attack for each opponent, create a 1/1 black ninja creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. Like a foot soldier token. Oh, we got April, water type. Whenever a mutant, ninja, or turtle you control enters, investigate, create a clue token. It's an artifact with 2. Sacrifice this token, draw a card. What is this? Baxter Stockman. Baxter fly in the ointment. Whenever Baxter enters or attacks, each creature you control with a counter on it gains flying until the end of your turn. That's awesome. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Baxter. That's cool. Flying could be a powerful ability. We have Here Comes a New Hero. Target player draw X card. Create a token that copies that's a copy of that one target creature with mana value X or less. We have Irma, part-time mutant. So at the beginning of combat on your turn, Irma becomes a copy of up to one other target creature you control, except her name is Irma, part-time mutant. And she has the ability, and she has this ability, then put a +1/+1 counter on her. Nice. We have Krang, the all-powerful. If a player drawing a card causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Whenever a player draws their second card, each turn put a +1/+1 counter on Krang. We have Ray Fillet, Wave Warrior. Flying. Cool, he's a flying type. Evolve. Whenever a creature you control enters, if that creature has greater power or toughness than this creature, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Nice. Bebop, Skull, and Crossbones. With partner with Rocksteady, Mutant Marauder. When this creature enters, target players may put Rocksteady into their hand from their library, then shuffle. Death Touch. Whenever Bebop deals combat damage to a player, you may draw X cards, where X is the number of counters on Bebop. If you do this, you lose X life. Dimension X Pizza Soar. When this creature enters, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. When you do, destroy up to one target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters among permanents you control. Cost 2, tap, sacrifice this creature, you gain 3 life, and each opponent loses 3 life. Nice. Here we have Foot Chopper. Oh, nice. It's like we're playing a game and the Foot Choppers on little helicopters. It's one of those, basically. When this equipment enters, create a +1/+1 black ninja creature token, then attach this equipment to it. Equipped creatures has flying. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do, draw a card equal to its power. Go. We got Game Over. Sweet. This spell costs 2 less to cast if a player's life total is less than or equal to half their starting life total. Destroy all creatures. Oh, it's a board clearing. Those are useful. Here we have the Rat King, Pale Piper. Minutes. Whenever Rat King or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a +1/+1 black rat creature token. Sacrifice. As a cost 2, sacrifice a token, draw a card. Oh man, you gotta kill one of your rats. Oh, we got Shredder. Shadow Master. Whenever Shredder attacks a player, for each other opponent, create a token that is a copy of Shredder's tapped and attacking that player, except it isn't legendary. Sacrifice those tokens at the end of combat. Whenever Shredder deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life. Round up. What? He's dark type 3 plus 2 dark. Swift Demise. It's a feature of Shredder attacking the turtles. Shift Demise deals 1 damage to target creature, then destroys each creature you don't control. that was dealt damage this way. That's funny. Alright. We have Casey Jones, Back Alley Brute. So he's a legendary creature, human, berserker. Okay, so the red's berserker, that's what Wrath is. That makes sense. Menace. Whenever Casey Jones attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on that target, on that attacking creature. Whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, Casey Jones deals that much damage to that target opponent. Electric Seaweed. Create Planet Wall. Defender Haste. When this creature enters until end of turn, whenever another creature dies, this creature deals +1 damage to each non-wall creature. Tap, this creature deals +1 damage to any target. Electric Seaweed. Oh, it's the from the Ninja Turtles game. It's that level. I'll put a clip on it, but where you have to it's a water level and there's seaweed that will shock you. It's electric seaweed. I'll get it. That's cool. We have Fast Forward. It's a board level sorcery card. It's like a spell card. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each opponent you attack this turn. Gold. God. I think it's God. God. All creatures your opponent controls until next turn. Those creatures attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. Huh, that's confusing. We have Shell Shock. So, yeah, when you get electrocuted in the game, you turn into like a skull, like a skeleton like that. For each opponent, choose up to 1 target creature that player controls. Shell Shock deals X damage to each of those creatures. You create a mutagen token for each creature dealt damage this way. Confusing. Special move. In the game, you could usually have 2 or 3 buttons to one button for attacking, sometimes 2 buttons for attacking, and then some games you could hit 2 buttons at the same time and do a more powerful attack, which will sometimes take away your health. That's basically what this card is. Special move. Choose 2. Okay, choose 2. Jump kick. Destroy target artifact. Dash attack. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target attacking or blocking creatures you control. Foot toss. Target creatures you control deal damage equal to its power to any other target, then sacrifice it. And we have Tempestra, Dam of Game. Let's see here. So it costs 2 menace. Tap, sacrifice an artifact. Create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control, except it isn't legendary. It gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Toka and Rezar, unsupervised. Oh, Toka and Rezar, okay. First strike. Whenever another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Token Razor and create a treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. High score. So if 1 or more +1/+1 counter would be put on a creature you control, you may +1/+1 counter. If 1 or more +1 counter you be put on a creature you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. That's weird. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card if you control a creature with a greater power among creatures on the battlefield. Leatherhead Iron Gator. Trample Haste. Whenever Leatherhead attacks, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. We have Level Up. Then Enhancement Aura. Enhanced creatures. When this aura enters, put a +1/+1 counter on enhanced creature. Enhanced creature has, whenever this creature attacks, double that number of +1/+1 counters on it. Then if it has power 10 or greater, draw a card. So I see why they call it word salad. We have Ninja Pizza. It's enhancement. Food you control have tap. Sacrifice this artifact. Add 1 mana of any color. At the beginning of your second min phase, create a food token. If an artifact with cost 2 tap, sacrifice that token. You gain 3 life. Ninja Pizza. Ninja Pizza. Pizza that vanishes quickly without trace. Oh, here we got Rocksteady the Marauder. Rocksteady Mutant Marauder. Partner with Bebop, Skull, and Crossbone. When this creature enters, target player may put Bebop into their hand from their library, then shuffle. Trample. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on that target creature. So that means he basically, if he pulls out Bebop, he's able to power up Bebop. That's cool. We have Super Combo. Oh, so it's cool. It's Wrath. Roundhouse kicking. What is it? Rocksteady. The sorcery card. Replicate 2 when you cast this spell. Copy it for each time you paid its replica cost. You may choose new targets for the copies. The target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. This is cool. It's one of those double cards, like 2 cards in one. Say double jump and flying kick. Put a flying counter on target creature you control until the end of your turn. It has base power and toughness 5/5. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. Fuck. Hopefully I don't run out of space. Arcade Cabinet. Artifact. When this artifact enters, put a +1/+1 counter on when this artifact enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 4 target creatures. 2, cost 2, tap, sacrifice a token, double the number of counters on the target creature. Big Mother Mouser. Artifact creature, robot. This creature enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever this creature attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever this creature dies, create a number of 1/1 colorless robot artifacts creature tokens equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it. That's cool. So basically, you destroy the big mouser and he makes a bunch of small ones come out based on how many +1s she has. Cool. We have Coin of Mastery. So artifact. So each creature you control enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each mana from an artifact sorcerer spent to cast it. Tap, create a treasure token. It's an artifact with tap, sacrifice this token, add 1 mana of any color. Okay. hungry. So pizza. Actually, I had pizza last night. I had a calzone, actually. Exploding barrel. So in the game, there's barrels you could like hit and they exploded. So that's a card now. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Put a pressure counter on this artifact. 8, tap, sacrifice this artifact. It deals 20 damage to target creatures. This ability costs 1 less to activate if each pressure counter on this artifact. Costs 1 less to activate for each pressure counter on this target. Activate only as sorcery. The mole module, what the bad guys use to basically tunnel. Menace. Whenever this vehicle deals damage to a player, mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them onto the battlefield. Crew 2. We have Roadkill Rodney? One of those robots from like the first level of the first game. Or second game, technically, I think. Yeah. Squad 3. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may pay 3 any number of times when this creature enters. Create that many tokens that are copies of it. Death Touch. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a mutagen token. Big Apple, 3 a.m. Self-explanatory. This is a land. This land enters tap. As it enters, choose a color. Tap, add 1 mana of that chosen color. 5, tap, create a 1/1 black rat creature token for each opponent you have. We have Hidden Hideout. Pizza Place. It's a land card. This land enters tapped. Tapped, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. 2, sacrifice. 2, tap. Target creature you control with a counter on it, gain life link until the end of turn. So we have Together Forever. When this enhancement enters support 2, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Cost 1. Choose target creature with a counter on it. When this creature dies this turn, return that card to its owner's hand. Got Vanquish the Horde. Sorcery. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. So board clearing would be helpful. We have Wave Goodbye. So let's say it has Donatello getting like sucked up as kind of typhoon or something, or maybe a portal. Return each creature without a +1/+1 counter on it to its owner's hand. Okay, so if all your Pokemon have counters on it, that'll be a good way to clear the board without having to take any loss. Blasphemous Act. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Blasphemous Act deals 13 damage to each creature. I think that's basically like when they burn down April's apartment. It's kind of what that's a reference to, I think. Biogenic Ooze. Creature Ooze. When this creature enters, create a 2/2 green ooze creature token. At the beginning of this end turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each ooze you control. 1 and 3 forest, create a 2/2 green ooze token creature. Some pretty strong tokens. slash clone. Creature, Turtle Hydra. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. To forest, remove a +1/+1 counter from this creature. Destroy target artifact on or enhancement. Heralds of the Shredder. So, trample. If damage would be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each one damage prevented this way. When Heralds of the Shredder is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. Aggro Amalgam. It's like a mutant amalgam creature. Creature Hydra, trample. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. When this creature enters, choose one. Double the number of +1/+1 counters on this creature. This creature fights target creatures you don't control. 0/1. So he's pretty weak. Okay. We're almost done, guys. Assassin's Trophy. So it's basically when Shredder captures Splinter. Destroy target permanent on opponent's controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Huh. Humongous Fungus. That's a cool card. If one or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature you control, twice that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. Sweet. Chromatic Lantern, basically Trails in Time, the third movie. Lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Add 1 mana of any color. Cinder Blade, land, mountain, forest. So tap, adds menace or forest. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. City of Brass. Whenever this land becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to you. Add 1 mana of any color. We have Dragon's Call Summit. So this land enters tapped unless you control a swamp or mountain. Tap, add Dark or Malice, or Menace. We have Exotic Orchard. Add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Fabled Passage. That's a cool one. Basically the scene from the first movie. Sacrifice. Actually, no, the first movie is from like I want to say the cover, the poster art or something. Sacrifice this land. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle this. Then if you control 4 or more lands untapped. What? Okay. Sacrifice this land. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle. Then, if you control 4 or more lands, untap that land card. Okay. Grand Coliseum. This land enters tapped. Tap, add colorless, I think. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. This land deals 1 damage to you. Okay, so like a rainbow energy. We have Hinterland Harbor. This land enters tapped unless you control a forest or an island. Tap, add forest or water. Rain Slick Corpse. All right. Tap, add a forest or water. This land enters tapped. Cycling to discard this card, draw a card. We have Root Bond Crags. This land enters tapped unless you control a mountain or a forest. Tap, add a menace or forest. Smoldering Marsh. Land, swamp, mountain. Tap, add a dark or I think it's malice. I forget. Menace or malice. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. I wonder where the land cards go. I think we're almost to the land cards. First in. Sodden Verdure. Land forest. Tap, add a forest or water. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Spire Garden. This land enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Tap, add malice or menace, malice I think, or forest. Sunken Hollow. Hardship. Land swamp. Land island swamp. Tap, add water or dark. Type. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Undergrowth Stadium. This land enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. Tap, add dark or forest. Okay, so I guess that's the strategy of this deck, is that instead of having basic lands, it has like these special lands where you can kind of choose what you need. That makes sense. Vernal Fen. Land, swamp, forest. Tap, add a dark or forest. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Alright, I'm gonna blow my nose. Take a little break, and we'll finish this off. So next we have Lita, Little Orphan Amphibian. Pretty creepy. Alliance. Whenever another creature you control enters, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. First option, put a +1/+1 counter on Lita. Second option is create a food token. It's an artifact with 2. Tap, sacrifice that token, you gain 3 life, or 1 scary 1, which I believe is scary, or I think scary is when you get to look at one of your cards on your top of your deck. We have Mona Lisa, Science Geek. Legendary creature, mutant lizard. Add X mana of any one color when X is Mona Lisa's power. Lesson from Life. It's like the turtles playing cards with Casper or something, or albino turtle. Draw 3 cards. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Tapped. We got a pizza card. Everything pizza. Artifact. When this artifact enters, search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand and then shuffle. 2, and then all the types. Tapped. Sacrifice this artifact. Target player gains 3 life and draws a card. Each of your opponents discards a card. This artifact deals 3 damages to any target. Put 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature. Sweet. Escape tunnel. Sacrifice this land. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Tap. Sacrifice this land. Target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. Turtle Lair. Tap, add colorless. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a ninja or turtle spell. Cost 3, tap, target ninja or turtle can't be blocked this turn. Oh, sweet. We got Marauding Mutagen. Death Touch. When this creature enters, destroy target's artifacts, enhancements, or lands. 2/2. Cultivate. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put 1 onto the battlefield tapped, and then the other into your hand, and then shuffle. We have Harmonize. Draw 3 cards. Sorcery. We have Arcane Signet. Artifact. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Soul Ring. Artifact. Add 2 energies or colorless. Tapped. Tap. Add 2 colorless. Ash Barrens. Tap. Add colorless. Basic land cycling 1. Discard this card. Search your library for a basic land card. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Then shuffle. Next one's Command Tower. It's a land card. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Evolving Wilds. Land. Sacrifice this land. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Path of Ancestry. Land. This land enters tapped. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Then this mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature's type with your commander. Scary one. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom. That's cool. Thriving Grove. Land. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color other than green. Tap, add green or 1 mana of the chosen color. Thriving Isle. Thriving Isle. Land. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color other than blue. Tap, add blue or 1 mana of the chosen color. Thriving More. Land. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color other than black. Tap, add black or 1 mana of your chosen color. Vibrant Cityscape. Land. Tap, sacrifices land. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Okay, and I think the rest are land cards. So we have our basic land, our water lands, our dark lands, mountain, forest, food token, ninja token, rat token. That's cool. That's like a ninja rat. Clue, ninja rat, clue, treasure, robot, treasure. This is like Splinter with some like bingo or raffle tickets. Mutagen, ninja, mutagen, robot, mutagen, copy, and then the info card. And so then this is the deck box it came with. Let's see if we could set this up. Did you see that box? I guess these would fit in here. Sweet. A little Splinter in the deck box. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I know it's probably not a very exciting video, but I'm looking forward to getting more into learning how to play Magic, and I got my first deck. Next video, we'll do unboxing of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Magic the Gathering bundle. This one has, I think, 9 booster packs, a promo, and it has this cool little turtle van box, which is kind of the only reason I bought it. It's got the oversized spin down life counter, which is basically like a 20-sided die, and then some foils, which I'll probably replace the land foils with the lands with the hollow lands I have here, and maybe and some of these new cards. So we'll see. And then I said I have that pizza box bundle still coming, and so there'll be another video. Maybe I'll do that with my brother, and then maybe I'll do another video for this deck box. But you know, since I got one already, I don't need one right away, so we're set. So I'll go ahead and finish leaving up these land cards. But yeah, you know, these are just basic land cards, nothing fancy with those. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you like, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you have any feedback or advice, please leave a comment. All right, guys. Talk to you later.